Welcome to Linear Integrated Circuit Laboratory. So today we are going to see the components we are going to use in the laboratory, the functions of each component. So this is the function generator. The function of function generator is it is used to give the input voltage to the circuit. So you see here there is a frequency knob, amplitude knob and function knob. So the amplitude knob is used to vary the voltage level. So we can vary the voltage level from minimum to maximum, and we can set the frequency by pressing this frequency knob. We can vary the frequency. We can change the frequency whatever the frequency we required. And this function knob, so we can vary the type of input signal. Normally we will use a sinusoidal signal. So if you want a square wave or pulse wave, accordingly you can change the input signal. So we can vary different types of signal. So if you press this function, you can see the changes. Now it has changed to triangular wave, and now it is changed to square wave. Like that we can use ramp signal and pulse and DC and sinusoidal signal. So we should get the output from this knob only. You should not connect the probe in this pin. You should connect the probe in this pin only, because this is the output. So this is the function major options we are using in the function generator. Next, power supply. This is the dual power supply we are using in LIC laboratory. So which has two channel 1 and channel 2. We should use both the channel. So IC requires plus and minus, so which will get from this positive and this negative, and the channel 1 negative and channel 1 positive should be short circuited, and the positive will be given to IC pin number 7, and 4 will be negative will be given to pin number of 4. So we should use the supply. We can use 10 volt to 15 volt. You should not use more than 15 volt. So you can vary the input supply by changing this voltage knob, and this current knob should be at maximum position. And this you see here there is two button, voltage and set button. The set button should be pressed, and after that you can vary the voltage. At the same point of time you should change the both the channels of voltage level. So this is the function of power supply, dual power supply. Then we will see the output in the CRO. So this is the CRO. So it has two channel 1 and channel 2. So we will use both the channel. We can connect one channel to the input, and we can connect one channel to the output. So here the option is, you can this is the Y position. You can change the Y position of your signal, and you can also change the X position of your signal. This is the X position knob, and this is the voltage knob. You can vary the voltage by increasing or changing this voltage knob. So both the channel having the voltage knob, and this is the time division knob. We can check the timing of one cycle. From that timing we can calculate the frequency of a particular signal. So now we have connected the function generator directly with the CRO. So we have got the output signal. Here we have set a sinusoidal signal. We have here got the sinusoidal signal. Suppose if I want to vary the signal, so now I have changed to triangular signal. You can see the changes of at the output side. Now I am varying. Now I am varying the different signal. I have changed to square wave. You can see the square wave output. So like that, now I have varied to ramp. You can see the ramp signal. This is inverted ramp. So this is the pulse signal, and DC, this is the sinusoidal signal. So So here we can calculate the voltage level of this signal. So how we should calculate means, you should measure the signal covers how many bucks. You should see the signal covers how many bucks. Here it covers one box, so that you should take 1 into the voltage level in the this knob, it is 2 volt. So now the voltage is 2 into 1, 2 volt. Okay, like that you should calculate the voltage level of particular signal we have got in the CRO. So like that we can also calculate the timing of each signal. So here in horizontally, you should see one cycle of our signal covers how many boxes. Okay, you should see our signal horizontally covers how many boxes. One cycle covers how many boxes. So that box count into this timing value. So here it is 0.5 milliseconds. So if it covers one cycle within one box, then 1 into 0.5, so 0.5 millisecond. So from that timing we can calculate frequency. We know from the timing to frequency, f is equal to 1 by t. So if you are calculate 1 by t, then we will get frequency of a particular signal. So this is the hold knob. Suppose our signal is fluctuating, you can adjust this hold knob and you can fix it without any fluctuation of the signal. So this is the breadboard. We are going to give the circuit connection through this breadboard only. So for laboratory purpose we will be using the breadboard. So if you want to design, or for a project if you want to design a circuit, you will be using a PCB, printed circuit boards. So in this breadboard, the connection is, it has 4 portion, top portion, middle portion, there is 2 layer, and bottom portion. So in this top portion and bottom portion is connected horizontally. So this hole and adjacent to this hole horizontally will get connected. There is no connection between the first row and the second row. So in here middle portion there is a 2 portion. Here the all the holes are connected vertically. There is no connection between one vertical line to the another vertical line. So this is the basic connections of breadboard. You should give the connection like this. So when we are doing the experiments, we will see how to connect the circuit in the breadboard.